Hello guys, Professor here. Remember that time in high school when you really wanted to impress that pretty girl from your homeroom class, and so you went out to the pond and you spent all day working so hard to catch the biggest, meatiest bullfrog that you could. You put it in a nice clean Walmart sack, and then you took it to her the next day at school, and she looked at you and said, "Get away from me, you creepy four-eyed loser. And quit calling my phone at night and breathing into it. It's not romantic, it's creepy." Yeah. Remember how you felt when that happened? It hurt, didn't it? Yeah. But you know what hurts worse? Getting bit by a snapping turtle, okay? And that's apparently what Jeff wants to do in this video. He wants to go out and mess with snapping turtles. And so I felt like I had to step in here as the only employee of Big Jeff Outdoors. And by employee, I mean I have a stack of McDonald's receipts that say IOU on the back. But I'm sure he'll make good of it. Either way, I'm popping in here real quick just to give you a few facts. First, in Illinois alone, where we are located, there's 17 different species of turtles. But in the United States, there's only 2 species of snapping turtles. The very elaborately named common snapping turtle, and then the alligator snapping turtle. Both are found right here in the woods around us. And so Jeff's told me that his goal is to go and catch one of these big boys and show it to you. Maybe even have a little catch, clean, and cook, and get his wife to try some snapping turtle. But I've said it before, Jeff's an idiot. So don't do this at home. All right, what's up, guys? So the point of today's video is going to be catching big snapping turtles. That's our goal.
I like turtles.
But I don't know if you can tell in the video right now, it is raining. It looks like it may pass or it may rain all night, I don't know. But I got my buddy Tristan behind the camera right now, and we're gonna kill some time at our local Dunham's. I just feel like blowing some money on a fishing pole and some other gear that I need for the videos we're gonna make. So let's go in here, pick one out, and then I promise we're gonna get to these turtles, all right? Let's go. Okay, so just kind of picking through some, and literally just from the eye test, from knowing that I wanted a spinning reel, that I wanted a rod that was 6 to 6.6 somewhere. This one stuck out to me, but there was no price tag, so had an employee come check it out. It's only a $40 rod and reel, but I don't know, it might be the move today. I'm thinking that's the way we're leaning. Then we're gonna take a look at some tackle, grab some stuff, and decide where to go from there. I think I'm fishing topwater today, some frogs.
Awesome.
But other than that, I don't really have anything specific I want to set up today, so I might just grab a few things. I need to grab line to replace that later, and then also re-spool some poles that I have at home. But yeah, we're gonna finish grabbing some stuff here and then get out of here, and hopefully this rain passes and we can actually hit some ponds. All right, so we had to stop at Freddy's, kill the rain, plus get a little food in us before we start fishing. And while we were there, we saw Karen get attitude over some alleged missing chicken tenders. Yeah, she about lost her crap. She let some profanity fly, but I wish we would have had a camera on then. But anyway, we're gonna eat Freddy's, and hopefully by the time we get to where the ponds are, this rain would have at least slowed down. But rain or shine, we're gonna throw out a line today and try to catch something good. But
I think they'll bite because the rain, top water will be really.
oh yeah, I think it's been a good day all day. I think the overcast and everything is actually gonna help us in the long run. I just don't want to stand and get soaked.
I hope
so.
whenever we get there, it stops.
Yeah.
So then it's still gonna have like the rain will still.
Yeah, we have
help us and
that
stuff.
post-rain fish is always
Yeah.
good. That's what we're hoping for.
I caught like 15 in a row one time after a post-rain fish. Just
Yeah, that's what we need. I'm also breaking my Dr. Pepper fast, and my wife won't find out about that till she sees this video. And then,
put it at the end, you know.
yeah. Also, since we're waiting out the rain, this will be a good time to tell you what the plan is today. The plan is we're going to put out the bank poles that I made yesterday and leave them. Maybe they'll catch a turtle while we're fishing, maybe not, but I will check them again in the morning. But then we're going to do some pond hopping
for what I think is I'm going to call a new series on here called Pond Stars, and not this guy or whatever, but Pond Stars. And we're going to hit a lot of ponds. We are blessed to live in God's country in the Midwest with a bunch of amazing fishing holes all over. So what we're going to do is hit one hole, give ourselves 30 minutes to catch what we can, and unless we're on just an absolute feeding frenzy, then we're just going to pack up, head out to the next pond, hit it for 30 minutes, the best we can, whatever we need to do, and just go pond to pond and check them out while our turtle rods are sitting there trying to catch the big snappers that we're after. But because we're responsible citizens and drivers, we're going to turn this off. We're going to start heading that way, eating fish. All right, see you at the ponds. Okay, so I'm here again. Tristan's with me behind the camera right now at our first pond. I believe this is where we're going to set up and leave our bank poles for the turtles. But like I mentioned in the truck earlier, what we're going to do is set up the bank poles, leave them for however long it takes, and then we're going to fish this pond for like 30 minutes. No bites, we move on to the next one. We've got a whole map here of just tons of ponds here in this part of the country. So we're going to bounce from one to the next and see what we can get on here today. Main goal, giant snapping turtles. Side quest, bass. So we're going to head on down to the pond, drop this stuff off, get it set up.
There's definitely frogs.
Dude, definitely frogs, which frog eating season comes in the middle of June.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that as soon as I get back from vacation. But when we get closer, you'll see like the reeds and the cattails. There's a good chance there's bass in these little ponds.
It looks good.
There's little frogs, I see them right here. Probably as it gets darker, we'll start hearing the big frogs start croaking and stuff. All right, so what I'm gonna use for bait today for these turtle traps, I don't even know if it works, but I've had this stinky old catfish bait in my tackle box forever. So today, that's what I'm gonna rig them up with. And then if we have to come back and reset them the rest of this week, because we're going to keep going until we get a giant turtle. That's our goal, massive turtle. So if these don't work, if I come back and we've never got a nibble on this, then I'm going to actually bring out some just bluegill from my pond at home or whatever, cut it up and use it, just some fresh cut bait. But also, one thing to keep in mind, I don't know if I said this already, is we may end up getting some big catfish on this too. Because this is the same rig, same setup, same bait that you would use for catfish. So we might end up with catfish or turtles. Either way, fine with me, but main goal, giant snapping turtles. So I'll get a couple of these set up real quick. Oh, it stinks. Big sharp treble hooks. Just gonna pin it down. I want to hook myself. These hooks are freaking sharp. Dude, I may have had this stuff too long. It's like tough. There we go. Get it through. So if and when we get a big old bite, it'll hook and stay on. Rigged these bad boys up myself last night. I don't know if the bobbers were a good idea or not. I really just didn't want them sitting on the bottom. I wanted turtles to be able to snag them as they were swimming by or whatever, while they were surface hunting for food. Okay, that's probably enough. No, a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's way faster. All right, toss this one. That's it. And I'm coming down here, going it in the bank pretty good, so the big turtle's not gonna take off with it. And that's it. I've got 3 more, but I'm not gonna record me setting those up because that'll get kind of boring. But I'm gonna kind of place them around, and then Tristan and I are gonna do some fishing. Hopefully turtles and bass today, but we'll catch it. We will check in with you when we get something. All right, we're going a little topwater frog, little light guy, but you may get in the comments and tell me why this is a bad idea or why you would use something else. So comment below. You're at a little abandoned pond, not even a path to get out to it. Nobody's been out here in who knows how long, and this is what you're seeing. This little shallow pond. What kind of bait would you be throwing? Let me know in the comments. What up, Tristan? I just kind of experimented with mine for a second, but I don't really know. Yeah. Oh no. Threw that right into the weeds. I forgot, we're spending 30 minutes here. So I'm gonna get out my phone and we're gonna start it now. I'll start a 30-minute countdown, if I can find my phone. Boom, on the dot. That's like stopping the gas pump right on the right penny. All right, here we go. 30 minutes starts now. Got a fish. We're gonna get something. I don't even care if it's a big boy really at this point. I just wanna see if there's anything in these ponds. That's some rough casting right there. I freaking just plummeted that bad boy in there. I know, I don't even know if this is the right move, but dude, I'm not going back in. Any day fishing is better than any day on the couch. You got something? Yes, Tristan! That's what we wanted. Tristan on the board with the very first fish of Big Jeff Outdoors. This is the first fish on the channel, baby. Yes. All right. Yeah. Good job, dude. Good job. You get him. Let me. Both fingers with that treble hook as soon as he started fighting. There we go. First fish on Big Jeff Outdoors.
Just because it's the first fish, we might as well
Lay it, dude. Let's get this is the official PB, channel PB for Tristan's first bass. Take a guess where you weigh it. Yeah, 1.2. I'm gonna price is right you. 1.1. You can start there, or you can just go under the gills with that hook. Yeah, just go in the gills and up to the mouth. New scale we grabbed today, because Tristan's got a little family-friendly competition going on with his cousins down at Kentucky Lake coming up. Need a little fish scale to keep track. That's good. Let's turn it around on you. It's alright, he ain't going anywhere.
Yes.
I'm going with the 1.2. 0.7, not even a pound. We're horrible at this guessing game.
I guess the pound, so.
Hey, he's a pretty fish though. Good. Great first first fish for the channel. Thanks, Tristan, for breaking the ice, but now I think that means there's more to come. Let's go get on some. Good job. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, shoot. What did I just do? My line around my pole. Dude, I'm cheering for you. You're rooting against me. No way! I'm gonna keep reeling because I want to double up, but yeah! Get him up here. Same fish. No, I'm just kidding. That one's way darker, dude.
It's easier for him to unhook this because I'm trying to film him. You want pliers?
Oh, let's
I have
see.
them.
The hook in his mouth popped out pretty easy. Just gotta get this one in his gills. There we go.
That one is not hooked very well.
Where's your scale at? Weigh this bad boy too. Because we're setting them PBs. We have no fish on the channel whatsoever. So every fish that's caught
And
is
it's
technically
amazing that I'm the first.
the first
Yeah.
2 fish on Big Jeff Outdoors were caught by Tristan. We'll take it, dude. Oh, that is. Look at her. Dark. That's really great. Okay. Got it on. Nope. We'll go gills this again because being a little booger. How big was your? Calm down.
0.7.
Oh.
My last one was 0.7. I'm gonna guess this one is
0.85.
0.8. Ah!
0.85.
I haven't even felt it yet either.
Nope. Yeah, a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
The PB on Big Jeff Outdoors, 0.85. And so far the personal best fisherman is Tristan with 2 largies. Oh, Tristan, I'd love to stay and admire your fish, but I gotta get on the board, bro. Yeah, you would have 3 right now. 3 in this little fishing hole here. Ooh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's the deal. It attacked your lure, but it also attacked my frog here. But I think it's up in the vegetation, which you really can't get with that specific lure. So not that I'm just oh my gosh, I lied, dude, you're on! Fish on, bring it in, baby! No way was I about to talk you into leaving and you hooked one. That one should be alright. There we go. Alright, what do you think? I don't know if this one's bigger than your last one, to be honest. Thick boy. A little bit thick just compared to the last 2. But I don't know, we'll weigh it, see if we can get another channel PB. I'd like to have at least a 1-pounder be the Big Jeff Outdoors channel PB before we leave today. .72. 0.72. All right, pond number 3 we just got on Onyx. I've actually been here before and I should have remembered that this pond was here because I've turkey hunted this public ground over here. But pond number 3, a lot bigger. There's some cool habitat out there in the middle, I think. But with the luck that Tristan's had at the other ponds, I would 100% know that there's some big berthas in here. So that's what we're after. Let's get a big bertha in here. Hopefully I can at least catch something and get on the board and not get completely skunked by Tristan in my own video. But I did switch up. We got this little floater here, Rapala floater that I bought today on our little Dunham's trip. So maybe it'll get a little bit more attention than that frog did. RIP frog, he's gone. But all right, let's get started. There's another turtle right there. This is the turtle pond. I think I just had a bite, dude. Okay, guys. Tristan and I are both big tough men, but I think the rain's about done us in. I don't know if you can tell, it's picked up quite a bit. We couldn't even really get close to this pond. Did not come dressed for it, but lots of turtles in here. We saw the turtles, which is what we're after. Supposed to be a good one to keep noted. Mark it on Onyx as the turtle pond to come back and check it out. But also, with the fish Tristan was catching at the other ponds, no one can tell me that there's not good fish in this pond too. So we'll be back, but I think that's it for today. Day 1 of Pond Stars. Tristan's on the board with 3. I learned some things, but I'm not considering myself skunked. We're not done. We're gonna fish more, hopefully more this week. But also I've got to go set some trail cameras, which you guys will come along with me for that. I really need to go take down a deer stand that's been sitting in the same spot for 2 years. I don't even hunt anymore. I actually got hit by a tractor, so I need to get it down so I don't lose it. And we're gonna catch a big turtle. That's our plan. So if we don't do anything else tomorrow, we will check those turtle lines, get them moved, maybe here, and we're gonna get a big turtle for you guys to see and for my wife to eat, whether she realizes it or not. All right, let's head home. We're out of here. I don't even know where a good place to turn around is. Out the gate, I'm starting to see the poles I don't see any movement on any of them. That doesn't mean anything. They're pretty big, sturdy poles. No, I see all bobbers floating just perfectly fine. I hear a frog right here though. There was just a good sized frog right here. All right, doesn't look like anything from these turtle traps. Oh boy. All right, guys, that's it for, I think, this first episode of Turtle Quest 2025. I think this is gonna have to be an episodic thing because, like I said before, this is the real outdoors. I'm a guy with a full-time job, wanting to record and make videos, but that means that I can't just post when there's success, because you would hear from me every couple months maybe. So it's all about the adventure. It's all about the process. If you love being in the outdoors, that's what it's all about. We love the moment when we harvest a great animal, when we get to feed our families and do all those things that come along with it. But it's also about the process. Ask any outdoorsman. They love getting out and scouting. They love the day spent on the lake, the day spent in the woods, the days spent on the trails, whatever it may be. It's all part of it, and I love every minute of it. And so that's what I'm going to share with you, is every minute of it. Turtle Quest 2025 is not over. We are going to catch a monster snapper eventually. I'm going to go probably try to rig up more of these, increase my odds. Also, I didn't mention, because I didn't record when I was out there, I showed you guys the poles that they weren't taken. But as I reeled in every single one of them, the bait was actually gone. So I don't know if it's a smaller species just nibbled it all completely off there. I don't know if maybe overnight was too long and that catfish bait dissolved. I don't know anything about it. But it's a good sign. I would assume there's probably some kind of activity around them, and that's what hurt my chances. So I'm going to stick with the fresh cut bait, the bluegill, probably from the pond behind my house. And I think that'll increase our odds. And I'm going to, again, rig up more of these, spread them out to a few different ponds I have permission at, and bring home that monster snapper and put it on this channel. And you're going to come along for the entire ride. So that's it for this video. We will see you next time. And don't forget, Jesus loves you.